With all that garbage welded in the frame, there's two things I kind of want to do here. Boxing in the frame rails from these two cross members completely, and then I can probably add another plate on the outside of these guys just for more structure. I also might need to cut just a little bit of a notch in here depending on how low I need to make this sit to get the ride height where I want, but we'll see. First thing, we need some cardboard. Some nicer cardboard, that is. I'm just gonna slap this in the frame here, trace it out with a Sharpie, cut it to shape, and then make sure it fits the other side, because it should, and we'll go from there. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a huge pain in the ass. Better idea. I think my camera turned around while I was hammering and I didn't notice, so I just started cutting it out with a set of snips. Because for some reason I used the thickest cardboard in the universe and my scissors didn't want to do it. That will work perfectly. This side here isn't a big deal because the cross member I need to weld is about yay far away from this mount. So I'm probably gonna have to section out a part to put that in anyways. Now I wonder if it's gonna fit the other side as well. Yeah, I think it'll work. Good enough for me. All right, now that I got my template all done, I got some pieces cut out of some 1/8 sheet metal. They're just rough cut off the plasma cutter right now. They look disgusting. That's fine. Right now I need to take my grinder to some of these disgusting weld seams because there's little bits of extra metal that are still there, and I'm just gonna smooth them out just enough to get the plate in there so it'll be square up. Okay, my gopher ended up dying on me, but I ended up grinding the inside welds down on the mounts that I put in here, and I put the Dana 44 in the back, and it looks pretty good. This bit here is my mock-up cross member because before I can actually start boxing the frame rail, I need to worry about this so I know how much I can box before I'm gonna run into that, and then I might put a bit in front of it as well. We'll see. What I'm doing right now, it's off the jack stands in the back. I'm just gonna get the frame to sit level so I have a level reference, and then I can put the bullet level on the pinion so I can get that mocked up as well, and then I'll know exactly where I need to mount it and put it on the cross member. Now I'll set you on the frame over here. Okay, that's almost level right there. And that's pretty good. Just gonna verify it's level on another part of the frame and then see how that goes. Make sure this is level, which it's not. How about over here? Okay, we're gonna use this as my reference because that's what I was using before. Okay, that is pretty close. I mean, it's close enough. I think I used this part of the frame as my initial reference when I mounted the diff, so that's what I'm gonna be using. Yeah, this is a terrible spot to go off of, but that should be fine just for build purposes. All right, so I got the frame dropped on some jack stands nice and low now. I was gonna use this as my reference, but if you compare this, where the bubble is there, it's nowhere close. Ugh. Nowhere close to where this guy sits. And this is almost dead level. It's off by a little bit, but it's just touching the line on this side, which is okay because I can use that as my reference instead of just trying to get it perfectly centered. And then I have my jack under the front of the pinion here, and I have this guy pretty much identical to that. Now what I can do, I have this piece of metal here as a mock-up. The plan here is either to, whoa, okay, nope, that's not gonna work like that at all. Well, it kind of would. I was kind of debating with myself if I wanted to mount this cross member in front of the pinion or behind the pinion. I need a piece of metal the entire height of the frame rail still. This is, like I said, just for visualization purposes. Looking at it, it'll work here, but that's a lot of extra metal I need to use. And if I put it here, oh, that works like perfectly. Now my eyeballs tell me that's close, at least. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I mean, like, the amount of fab to make that work would be minimal. No, because I'll have a piece of metal that tall. I can make a triangle. You just gotta visualize here. This piece is gonna be the height of the frame rail, so let's call it up to here. I can make a triangular plate to match my L. Oh, that would work so good. I think that would work better than this. But as far as structural support goes, which is better, I don't really know. Although I think this is more structurally sound, this is gonna be easier. Ooh, I need to think about this. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna think about this for a bit, and then when I end up jump cutting, you'll see metal on the frame, and it's gonna be pretty much ready to be welded in place, so see you in a bit. All right, so after a little bit of realization and staring at it, and a little bit of a conversation with my welder buddy, here's what I decided to go with. This is a 5x2 1/8 wall rectangle tube. It looks beefy, and it is, and that's for a reason. So first, let me cut this to length and stuff it in there and show you what I mean. Now, this looks huge because it is, but it's really, it's not that heavy. If I had to guess, this is maybe 40 pounds. First, I need to cut one end off square, so let's start with that. Probably have a better tool than a Sharpie. I do have soapstone. Enough for me. Alright. See ya. And there we go. Now I have a nice cross member cut to length. All right, now try to make this stupid thing fit somehow. There we go. Yeah, my length is pretty damn good. Now, like it was made to be. Alright, so I made my first cardboard template here off camera. This was done just, I used this to mark out basically the template of this guy. And then instead of just having this dinky piece sticking off, I took it on another piece. It's not perfect, but who cares? Took it on one piece, mirrored it, over, boom. Now I got this guy, and that's how I'm gonna create my mounting tab. And then I can drill the 2 bolts through that. And then what I wanna do from here is what these lines are designating. There's gonna be a gusset, but it might be a little bit just slightly different. And by slightly different, what I mean is I might come up about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then do my angle. So it'll actually, you have to visualize this here, it'll come out and then angle down and then go down. Just to add a little bit more structure and so I don't blow the corners off when I go to weld everything together. This allows me to play with my angle a little bit, and then I can weld it all together in place here. Okay, I got it taken out and all the stuff ground off of it now. I got the nice V ground into it. Now what I needed to do is get this back up to the angle I need it to be at. I did get one of these, wherever I put it. One of these from my dad. Basically way easier to get a reference, and I don't have to have my frame sitting level for my initial reference. I can just stick this on the bottom of the frame, zero it, put it on the diff, put it to whatever 0 says, and then I'll know it's parallel to the frame. The whole deal of going parallel to the frame is once the pinion is set like that, I can then set the transmission the same way, and I won't have any discrepancies on the angle of my U-joints, because this pinion is slightly off center of the truck. Not by much, it's a little bit. And then the transmission is probably not gonna sit at the same height, so my angle will be the difference in height from where it is. As long as they're both pointing parallel to the frame, it should be fine. Okay, I got a little bit too excited. I fit this in here, just tacked it in place. And then I made my mounting tab out of steel, just tacked it in place there, and now you can kind of see exactly what I'm going for. I'm not exactly sure the best way to find the angle I need to make my template for, so I'm gonna just try to eyeball it and see where we get with that. I want it to go there and there. This is obviously not the proper way to do this, but I'm stupid and I don't care. I want it to go here and come forward straight like that. Something like that. Not bad, dude. Not bad at all. I think if I cut the corner off, we'll be good. Beauty. I will mark my edge here. Ooh, it will also fit the other side. Now I can draw the shape I want out of it. Well, let's see, mark the top of here first. It's pretty good. Like an inch here, and about an inch here. Connect those two dots I made. Is a perfect piece for a gusset. Cool. Let's go cut that out of some steel. Alrighty, and just like that, I was able to duplicate these guys out of some 1/4 inch plate. That's the same that I made the bottom bracket out of. 1/4 inch might seem a little excessive, but I based it on the fact that this 5x2 beam is 1/8 wall. So I mean, 2 times 1/8 is 1/4. Sure, whatever, it's fine. Not bad for closed eye welding. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, that's better. And that's probably more structure than I'll ever need. I broke my temporary tack welds off, and now this should just pop out of here. I did a little bit of modification so it comes in and out easy. And sure enough, there we go. Okie dokie, now I can put this on my bench. Get all these seams welded up. Hopefully, yes, be able to drill my holes, which are actually way better marked than I thought they were. I'm gonna try to weld everything kind of evenly so I don't heat shift it too much. I'll do a little bit in here, a little bit in here, a little bit out here, a little bit out here, and then finish, and then same for all these other ones, just to hopefully balance out a lot of the heat warp. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. All right, just for some reference, here's what I started with. I just did a little bead into the corner from each piece, which might actually have been running a little bit too hot, but now I'm gonna go on the outside and do each piece on the outside, and then I can finish the inside welds and finish everything else. Beauty. Oh, that is nice stuff, dude. Now I can only hope and pray that all that welding didn't warp everything too much. But I'll do the edges here, 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 and then I'll full weld the rest of the seams, and I think it'll be okay. Ow, fuck. Not bad, dude. When the hell did I learn how to weld? Not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Wow. Give you a look at some of these weld beads that I'm actually, happy to see myself. You can see where if I put the light, it looks like it's undercutting a little bit, so I'm probably a little hot on those side beads. But overall, they're not looking that bad. for my puny mechanic brain at least. I'm gonna call that pretty good. Can I do that? Yeah, I think it'll be good. Wow, that is loud when it's reflecting right at you. Holy crap. What? Oh my god, this is some of the best welds I've ever done in my life. Look at that bead in there. I mean, it's subjective to me, but I'm gonna call that really good. Awesome. Oh, I'm happy. Set up and... So it's kind of hot. I might put my thicker glove on. Twin glove in it. Damn, dude. For once, I'm happy with the welds that are coming out of my hands. God damn, dude. What is wrong with me today? That one could have been better. That one's kind of ugly. Wow, that is, those are some of the best welds I've ever done in my life. Oh my god. That is everything welded up nice inside and out. And it actually turned out pretty damn good. Works for me. This bad boy stuff back in here. There we go. You can see here they align my crossmember up to the pinion holes. They're basically spot on, which I'm really happy about because I'm usually never good at that. Only one way this is going to fit, and I think that's it. This is officially the first time I'm going to be bolting this rear end in. I mean, apart from the welding. There's two. I don't know what size these are. Oh. 86, 87. Same thing. 86, 87. Alright, that's pretty damn good. There we go. We have 0.0. Actually, I should be able to use the bolt heads. Right in that position, it's got the little up arrow and 0.02. So if I go reach the jack handle and pick it up, it'll straighten that out and I can tack the cross member in place. There we go. 0, 0. Alright, I got a little too excited and I forgot to turn my camera on before I set up the welder and tack the tops in place. So I'm gonna get the bottom tacks on camera and then I can chuck the box back on and hope the wheels line up. If it's close enough, I don't care. I'm gonna weld it in and we're done with the main mounting. It looks like I do need to just hammer up the metal just a bit on this side and on this side, the other side as well. I may need to get a big C-clamp just to squeeze all that metal together. My dad came in clutch. He had a big C-clamp that will be able to fit around the frame. I thought I had one of these. Apparently I don't. So, Dad saves the day. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That is so perfect. want to say that that's pretty tolerable. It's a little far forward, but nothing's holding us in place right now. So like, this has movement, I can still play with it. But that is a thing. Actually, that's pretty damn good. Look at that. Everything actually turned out okay. Tire centering, width. I can tell just from looking up here, I'll show you in a sec, the toe is way out. But rear toe is adjustable on this rear end. Oh, yes. It's so close that I don't even care. Oh my God. Wow. I am blown away. Oh, it's so good. I'm speechless. I've quite literally spent the past hour nerding out over this because I'm so happy with how it actually turned out. You honestly have no idea. I have spent like a month just installing the rear end alone. It is ridiculous, and the fact that it works, nothing fucked up, it looks good. I'm so happy. Ah! The tire poke is relatively the same. It's about half of that second tread there. About half of the second tread here. You can see the rear toe does need adjustment. The front is out just a hair more than the back is, but that's okay, that's adjustable. It makes it look a little off when you're looking at it from up here, but that's just toe. You really see the centering, how well I actually got it from up here. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. Like, I don't have words. Look at this. Look how badass that looks. I still have a lot left to do. Like, I have brake lines and parking brake cables to do. Sway bar to mount. I do have to notch my front triangles for the axles yet. Not much though, because there's actually not a lot of suspension travel. I see the 2 links on each side. And that's kind of it. Oh, and shocks and coilovers. But I still need to decide what I want to do yet. For now, I can take the box off. I can put the box back outside because I don't need it in here anymore. I'm gonna get the box back off and slide it outside and weld the rest of that cross member. Well, it came off easier than it went on the first time, so. God, look at that thing. That is solid, dude. I'm so unbelievably happy with how this turned out. Oh my God. Wow. God, I love it. I really want to get rid of this cross member because I don't like the way it looks sitting here. But for now, like, this is good. It's so perfect. Well, let's finish welding out the cross member and this is actually going to be done. Good enough. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Holy shit, 40 minutes straight of welding. Well, that's kind of it for the main mounting of the Dana 44. Cross member's done, the wing mounts are all done. I got a little bit of grinding and touching up on the welds, but it's in. And it's sitting on its own weight. Next time you see me, because this is going to be all for now for mounting, the next part I'm going to be boxing in my frame rails with some pieces I have on the bench over there. And after boxing in the frame rails, we get to move on to things like doing the 4-link stuff on each side and brake lines or whatever, and then finally we'll be moving on to the engine and trans install eventually. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be coming pretty soon.